If you're anything like me and you struggle with accomplishing goals, maybe you have too many goals, maybe you don't have enough goals, maybe you don't know where to start, then this video is for you. I put together what I believe based on the gurus, the Alex Harmonzis, the Grant Cardones, the Ed Miletts, the Tony Robbins, the Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, kind of based on my channel, Do and Grow Rich. So you can think your way to riches, but you also have to do your way to riches as well. So in this challenge, in this video, and in the next 4 weeks, I'm putting together a very difficult calendar with everything timed and ideally going to be executed. And at the end of each week, I'm going to show the week that was done and how much I was able to actually accomplish. Am I able to build a stronger, more focused work ethic? Am I able to actually time everything and do my very best to not allow too much of life to get in the way? Obviously, I've got 3 kids. I've got 2 companies. I've got time to spend with family, my wife, all of those things. So yes, you have to make time for those things. But how much can you actually stick to your schedule? So I put together a calendar, and I'm going to show you this calendar, and I'm sure there's going to be modifications along the way, but it took me a while to figure out exactly how to time everything. So I'm going to turn this camera around. I'm going to show you guys everything, and without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so this is kind of how it's going to work out here. So ideally in a perfect world, but I do have a work schedule. I do have to add things on here for appointments and things like this, but I don't have too many appointments this week, so it actually really worked out quite well. So as you can see, I write down all of my auto pays as well as my bill pays. That way I never miss a payment, and I'm never delinquent on pretty much anything. I've never wrote a bounce check. I've never not paid a bill. So the second I acquire a bill or a monthly payment, I write those things down. I put it on the calendar as a reoccurring schedule, and I never forget about it. So here we go. So as we kind of scroll down a little bit here, my day is going to start at 3:30 in the morning. So no matter how tired I am, no matter what's going on, no matter if I didn't sleep good that night, I am going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm going to have my morning routine. So I do have a fitness coach, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my breakfast in. I'll do my morning routine, which is some reading. So the day is going to start basically at 3:30. Well, the day is going to start at 3:30 in the morning. So I don't get the greatest night of sleep, especially lately, which kind of sucks. I don't know why. I've always been a good sleeper. Maybe stressed about things or head starts going. And I really don't like taking too much stuff because then it makes me feel groggy and tired in the morning and all of those things. So I try not to take too much of that, but sometimes I do. I have a great night's sleep, but then I'm feeling that grogginess in the morning. So I'm going to start the day off at 3:30 in the morning. If that means I crash out at freaking midnight, then I guess I'm just going to have to feel that tiredness for the day and hopefully build up that momentum where I'm actually tired, exhausted, beat up, and by the time I'm laying down at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, I'm just so beat up that I'm going to crash out. So that's a part of this goal. But wake up at 3:30. I'm going to eat my breakfast. I do have a fitness coach, and I have to do certain things. I have to eat certain meals at certain times, and one of them is eating breakfast about 1 hour, give or take, before my workout. So I'll do that. I'll do my morning routine, which I do enjoy doing some reading, and I do a little bit of journaling, but it's kind of a little different. It's more writing down my gratitude, my current gratitude, as well as my future gratitude. So that's a big thing right there, is writing down what you're grateful for in the future as if you already acquired those things. So manifesting them, all of that. I have tested this theory out myself and it absolutely works. So don't think that it doesn't. It 100% does. It puts you in that zone that throughout the day, you actually truly are working towards those goals because you already feel like you've acquired them. And even if you don't believe it, you actually start to over time. It's an amazing thing. It's a magical thing. So don't discount it. Write it down, manifest it, think about it, dream about it, close your eyes and daydream about it because it is a real thing. And at some point, you're actually going to feel like you're acquiring these things. So get my morning routine done. Takes me about an hour and a half to eat breakfast, kind of wake up, drink coffee, do my stuff. In the gym at 5 o'clock. I actually enjoy working out, but I hate, absolutely despise feeling rushed. That is one of the things that I don't like being rushed during a workout. So I gave myself for workout and cardio 2.5 hours. That gives me plenty of time to stretch, plenty of time in between of my sets to take breaks, especially when I'm lifting really hard. And you need that 2-3 minutes in between of each set. And you're going to see my workouts. You're going to see how hard I push myself because it is the last reps that matter. And having a fitness coach, I have put on more size and acquired almost a full 6-pack. It's more like a 4-pack, but I've hit all of these fitness goals as well as financial goals and personal goals in my life. And I just want to see how much more I can do. How much more can I actually acquire since I'm doing so amazing now? And how much more can I fit in? We all have 24 hours in a day. So why are some people doing significantly more? So 2.5 hours for my workout. Then I blocked out, as you can see right here, an hour to get ready and get my lunch put together. Sundays, which I'll get to here in a moment, are meal prep time. It's where Lexi and I, my wife and I, we cook all of our meals. We get everything ready for the week, and that way we're not scrambling or running off getting something that we shouldn't eat. Sometimes, and this is kind of my cheat meal throughout the week, I get really bored and I still have meal prep and I'll go to Chipotle and I'll get the same thing, rice, chicken, veggies, but it just tastes different. And for some strangely odd reason, when somebody else cooks it for you, it just tastes better. So yeah, after the workout, shower, prepare my lunch, pretty much trying to hit the door sometime between, some days I'm running a little ahead of schedule, so really sometime between 8:15 and 8:30. Getting to the office at between 8:30 and 9 a.m. This is a little bit of a luxury. I've ran a company for 20 years. It is my company. I have 2 of them. So yes, I don't really have like an actual time that I have to be there. Lexi and I have somebody in the office that shows up early and he goes through all the alerts and things like that that are needed first thing in the morning. And that stuff really just doesn't require our attention. Now, one thing that I have learned from Alex Harbonzi is you should spend the first technically 4 hours of the day promoting yourself, promoting your company. If nobody knows who you are, you're not getting leads. And the main purpose, the main job of the guy that is either running the company or owns the company, sometimes you wear many hats in your own business or a new starting business. Sometimes you're H&R or HR and you're freaking, the repair guy, and you're sometimes this guy, and you're the billing guy, and you're accounting, and you're all those things. Luckily, I've kind of made it past a lot of that. But I have worn every single hat in this company. And let me tell you, it is a real struggle to get to the top. It really is. And I am nowhere near what I consider to be at the top. So the company still requires quite a bit of attention. So I blocked out from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. answering questions and emails. So I can kind of scan through emails while answering questions for my office guy, Mike, answering questions for Lexi, questions for technicians. I do have a field manager out there, but I'm able to answer questions and get certain things billed out that they just don't have the answer for. Certain parts and things like that just require somebody with some field knowledge to really know what this part is, or how much time did this actually take, or how much do we bill out for this. So I like to get that done. Ideally, I'd like to get that done in the very beginning part of the day, which seems to be our biggest challenge in the company. And that's why I put that at the top of first thing being in the office. I want to be able to start executing the difficult tasks that Lexi, myself, and Mike in the office seem to get drawn away from. At the end of the day, we get hit with so much stuff. By the time 4:30, 5 o'clock comes around, we didn't bill out. And if you're not billing out, you're not collecting money. We didn't do bids. So this 2 hours actually might last a little bit longer, but that is the most challenging part in our company, seems to be, is getting proposals out. And again, if you're not getting proposals out, you're not getting jobs. Billing, if you're not billing out, you're not collecting money. So those are some key factors, and I did put that at the very top of the list. Again, another Alex Harmonzi thing. Whatever seems to be your biggest challenge that you seem to fight in your life, your industry, your company, whatever it is, attack that first. I can't really work out midday or at the end of my day. So I put that at the very top while everybody is still sleeping, while nobody's in the field for the most part. And if anybody is in the field, it's for basic service. I own a pool and spa service company. So they're just out there kind of cleaning commercial accounts and things like that. After that, I blocked out 15 minutes for a quick post. And this kind of falls back into the marketing gig. I want to be able to post daily. I got an Instagram, I got a Facebook, and I want to be able to post that daily. I do have a social media guy that does a lot of work for us, and we do advertising videos and things like that. So if I'm posting, he's posting, again, in Alex Harmonzi things, you should be marketing, you should be posting, and posts seem to help quite a bit in our town, in our company. So I definitely want to make that a daily thing. If I can incorporate that into a Saturday and Sunday just because I have footage and I can put something together real quick and do a quick edit on the phone, then I'll start doing that. For now, I did block it out just for Monday through Friday. Marketing part is me actually reaching out to clients, reaching out to people, and trying to make sure clients are okay. So one thing that seems to be quite impactful in my industry, and I'm sure a lot of others, if you reach out to your existing customers and talk to them, hey, Mrs. Jones, just checking in, making sure you're happy with everything, making sure you're happy with the service. Those kinds of small things right there make a huge difference, because most of the time you end up with, hey Josh, I've been meaning to call you, but I haven't. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate everything. I've been thinking about getting, my pool drained and, getting some stuff cleaned up, and I want this repair. And I was thinking about doing this automation system. I have a little extra cash to spend. This is a huge thing. And this is something that I neglect on quite a bit. So something that is going to bring more revenue to the business, more revenue to truly everything, and more work for the guys. So I want to be able to put more time into marketing. Now, I did leave after that open just because I do have things that I do need to fill in between of that. Hoping that if I have any appointments, I can set it sometime between 1 and 4:30. And again, this goes back to you having boundaries. So you're only going to have, when you set a boundary, it's you setting the boundary for you not allowing other people not to cross. It doesn't work like, oh, I set a boundary and you cross that boundary. People are not going to abide by your rules. It's you need to allow other people to not overstep those boundaries. So you're the one that sets the schedule. Obviously, there's modifications that need to be met. People are like, hey, you know what, man, all I got is a 9 a.m. appointment. And they're going to come far and few in between. And yes, in business, in life, whatever it is, you got to make that. You just got to make that type of flexibility happen. But hopefully it's in your benefit and it's like a job or something that is going to propel you, even further. But those are so far and few in between that it really shouldn't inhibit your schedule as much as basically waking up and allowing everything to just fucking come at you, and you're just trying to freaking pick up the pieces as they're coming, as they're being thrown at you. So I did leave that part open. Now, another part that I have on here that is coming up is bow season. I love hunting, and this is something that I always put off. The reality is bow season opens up the second Friday of December. I need to be able to practice. I can't just go out there and shoot 70, 80 yards with a compound bow and just be a pro. I don't shoot year round. I live in the desert. I've got a million things going on. I'm a pretty good shot, so usually a good touch up for, a few weeks daily, and I'm pretty solid. But if I do want to bow hunt this year, then I do need to set some time aside. So what I thought about was having my equipment in the back of the truck, being this focused, being able to do more in a shorter time frame, and not getting dragged aside with like, oh, it's social media, this and all of that, and trying to go, oh my God, I need to figure out, or getting dragged away with like social media stuff, or losing your place or losing your train of thought. So ideally, with the amount of focus that I should be learning and training myself on, should make it a lot more impactful for the work that's actually going to be done. So in a perfect world, I'd love to get off at 4:30 and go shoot and practice a little bit, and be done by 6 o'clock, 5:30, something like that. I do live in a relatively small town. Like, it takes me at most 20, 25 minutes to go from one side of the town to the next, and most of the time it's really about 15 minutes, just because I know side roads and all of that. So getting done with bow hunting, or getting done with bow practice, get home, immediately take a shower. Just get that out of the way. Something I can put off as well. Sometimes I am starving and I just want to walk in the door and eat. So I just want to get it out of the way. Dinner time with family. So I'm trying to make this be a very important thing, because in somebody's busy schedule, if you're trying to cram as much as possible, you have to set time for your loved ones. You have to set time for your wife, for your kids. It's not just all about you. And this is all about being a high achiever. At the end of life, all of this stuff really is not going to matter. It's going to be the memories and the times that is spent with everybody. But at the same time, you don't want to be on your deathbed and go, fuck, I could have done more. I should have done more. I had more in me. That is not where I want to be. So yes, definitely blocking out time to go on date night with your wife, blocking out time to go to the movies or go to the park or take your kids to do something. I mean, even the bow hunting or the bow practice thing, one of my daughters wants to go bow hunting. She's 15 years old. That's another thing that you can do where you both can go there and spend time. And same thing with my wife and my other my other daughter, they're totally going to be able to come along and hang out with me at that time. Now, they might not come every time, but every once in a while, they put in the effort just as much as I do. So the dinner time thing, again, if it's just me and my wife hanging out here, or me, the wife, the kids, everybody, at least we're blocking out some time for everybody to be spending some time together, even if the day got so crammed up that we just didn't all hang out. Now, yes, Lexi and I do work together. We are very fortunate for that, but there's a difference between having some personal, intimate time where you're actually, looking at each other and having fun conversations. And it's not all about business, and it's not all about what's going on. Do we have a blast and do we have fun all day long? I would say 99% of the time, yeah, we're laughing at work and having a good time. But it's different when you're home. It's different when you're going out on date night. So make sure that you're actually blocking out time for the people that you love and the people that you want to spend time with. Evening routine. So I do want to have a little bit more of an evening routine, and this is something that I don't do. I kind of want to not be on my phone as much, or if I'm listening to a book or listening to something educational that I'm trying to learn, to do it with the, what do you call those things? The blue lens glasses or whatever that block out the blue light. I'm trying to create where you're not your natural melatonin is not being disrupted a couple of hours before you go to bed. So as long as you're working, you're still working, you're still learning, you're still educating, you're still on your schedule, but you're preparing yourself for bedtime. That's what this is all about, from 7:30 to 9. Ideally, I'd love to be crashing out by 9 o'clock. Hopefully even 8:30 would be even awesome. But listening to my book or writing some stuff down and actually closing the day out with some gratitude and whatever else that is going to propel my focus. Now, I will say this. In this schedule, this is a basic, just the start of a calendar. It's going to be modified. Again, I do have an entire kitchen to remodel starting the week of Thanksgiving. We're having Thanksgiving early, so we're going to tear apart this kitchen, and I'm going to show you this kitchen right now. It is the fucking ugliest kitchen on the planet. And about 6-7 months ago, Lexi and I bought an entire kitchen. It's been sitting in our garage, and all in boxes. And I gotta tell you, I am anxious to knock out this kitchen. It is fucking ugly. So that's going to be in there, but that's going to be a Wednesday through Sunday, and hopefully wrapping that up in a week. Moving on to the backyard. The backyard is like half done. I've got freaking piles of dirt everywhere. I've got a half done pool. I've got a spa that you got to walk out in the dirt and rocks and everything on, and you're tracking everything. So I would like to have that done before spring comes into play. And there is one more thing that I do have on my list. Obviously, I've got 2 bathrooms that I need to remodel. That's going to be put off a little bit just because they're expensive and I have more of a bougier idea with what I want to do. But Lexi's parents gave us a really nice older pontoon boat. It's in good shape, and we never go out and play during the summertime because it is peak season for us. So I do want to get some new upholstery in there and kind of have everything set up and be able to spend some time on the river. Again, this goes back to, spending that family and that quality time. You might not get to spend, an ample amount of time every single day or every single week, but make sure, most importantly, that you are blocking out these family times, because at the end of it all, you can't take the money with you. You can't take any of it with you. You are going to want to be at the end of your road on your deathbed, and you're going to want to be proud of everything that you accomplish and the time that you spent with the family. So here is the calendar, as you can see, and let's see what happens. I'll post another video on Sunday. Let's see how much I actually accomplished this goal. I'm going to vlog the whole week. This is a month challenge. So week 1 will be done. What is it? Sunday the 16th. I'll post another video and actually let's see how much we can do. I'm sure this week is going to be a hell fucking shit show, but it's all good. This is, you know, the whole failing along the way is a part of the journey. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fuck shit up, but make modifications and figure it out along the way. And that's all you can do. So let's get with it. Let's fuck some shit up. We already did our meal prep today. We already did all of the stuff today. So that's not going to be on this video, but it'll be not on the next one. Well, actually it'll be on the following Sunday, because it'll kind of lap over Sunday. I'll spend my time, you know, doing a little bit of editing and getting this video out, but let's see what happens. So I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but you know, if you guys have any suggestions or comments or constructive criticism, put it in the comments, because yeah, I'm a new channel. I am trying to learn from all of my mistakes as I do this, and I'm truly excited. I've wanted to do something like this for a long time. I've executed quite a few goals, and I'll finish it off with this. Just before I hit 40, I set myself up with a 10-year plan. And my 10-year plan started off with buying a house every single year. So every year I was going to buy an investment house. And I'm working myself towards a semi-retirement by the time I'm 50, which I'm 42 and a half, and I'll get into a little bit later of what I mean by that. What I ended up doing is, again, making some modifications along the way. So on the first year, I bought a business, another business, and still in the pool industry. So I have two companies in the pool industry. It was damn near the cost of a home. It was the cost of a home. So we bought that business, and yes, it does generate business. It could do more. This is a part of me marketing and putting a lot more focus into that company. My other company does do pretty good. It's been open for 20 years, so I don't have to spend as much time as I need to with this newer company. So the following year, I bought this home that we're in now. So I went through a nasty divorce a while back, 6-7 years ago, and I was living in a toy hauler at my shop, rebuilding my company, which again, I'll get into later about. And then Lexi and I met, fell in love. We rented a place for like 3.5 years. This is all kind of all over the place on time frames. And then we decided to buy this house. So I've executed each one of these annual goals. Now, we'll get into what 2026 is all about. I already have that planned out, and this kind of falls in the line of why I'm creating this calendar and starting it now. I'm starting my 2026 goals way early. It's not a New Year's resolution. It's not any of those things. It's me starting early, preparing for what I have in mind, in plan, and what I want to do for 2026. And it's not buying another house, and it's definitely not buying another fucking company. But I do have a plan. We'll get into that later. Let's see what this week is all about, and let's see how much fucking torture I can put myself through. All right. We'll see you guys on the 16th. See you later.